Good evening, everyone, and welcome into another edition of the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show from Houlihan's. We do this every month, and we are at the downtown Marriott. There's some big event going on right now. I see a lot of students at the Trade and Convention Center. So Valley Hospitality is hosting all the people that are coming around the state, around the region, here to Columbus, Georgia, and we're glad that we can be here at Houlihan. So thank you again to them for their partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. That's Big Rich. We got a lot we're getting into. We got some special guests, but how are you doing, Mr. Rambler? It's been a busy last couple of days for you, man.
Yeah, it really has. From calling double baseball games, double soccer games, CVCC baseball, coaches shows. I mean, that's what we do here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live, but I'm really glad to be back here at Houlihan's. And it was really special when we have all these guests that come and support what we do, and also we got a chance to interview them. But, yeah, just coming out, enjoying some great food. I had an interview, and we're gonna play that later in the show. So I know I'm excited. And
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
You sick?
He's already he's beating his chest. He is Mr. Soccer Guy. It's Tyler Dykes. It's Richard Holdridge. He called last night Pacelli Brookstone.
And I was the play-by-play announcer for the Rapids.
Who won the Pacelli Brookstone boys game?
That would be Pacelli.
Oh, man. And how about a clean sweep for the boys and girls teams?
Yeah.
They're trying to go back-to-back like they did last year.
Absolutely.
And when I mean back-to-back, it means the boys and the girls won it last year. See if they can do it again this year. Special guest today includes Muskogee County Citywide Athletic Director Kendall Mills, so can't wait to have him on. We also have Larry Knox, the AD over at Russell County. Man, I tell you, I don't think it's much of a coincidence, man, but I think it's pretty unique that when we added Russell County this year, look what they did in the football, best season in school history. Ronnie Battle and the basketball team won a couple playoff games. The girls basketball team, Ricky Jones, 23 wins. The baseball team's off to its best start in 5 years. Everything's going right now. Larry Knox said he has his hands on. I'm glad that we can finally say that Russell County Athletics has been home to Georgia Alabama Sports Live this year. So we're glad we get to have him on, and Ricky Rogers will be here as well, Rich. So glad that we can talk to them.
Yeah, I'm really glad that, Ricky, he's really been a great addition to Georgia Alabama Sports Live as the Clean Stones starting up in a couple of weeks. I know he's got his podcast dedicated to the Clean Stones, and he really has been not only a great on-air talent, but a great producer as well. And, it's just great when we can just surround ourselves around talented people that love sports, that they're passionate about sports like we are, and then we continue just grinding because this is what we love doing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So what has happened over the last couple of days? Well, we had some baseball games that went down yesterday, Richard, as we'll start with Monday. Brookstone and Columbus, 10-inning affair as the Cougars were able to take down Columbus 5-3 in a really competitive game. Brookstone Cougars are trying to keep up with the Joneses. They're third in the GIAA behind Stratford and FBD, but a big win for Coach Mathis's team. And Bobby Howard going back to Columbus High, where that's his old stomping grounds, and getting a big win there on Monday. We saw Michael Nottleman throw a gem. Luke Beal was sensational on the mound, and then some timely hitting from the Brookstone Cougars there in that 10th inning that got them the victory. Pacelli defeated Westfield. Westfield's kind of going on a downward slope. They're not the number one team anymore in 3A, but they're still top 5. But man, you're seeing Pacelli get a huge win, 7-6. Dave Plata was on the call for that one. Harris County boys and girls sweep in soccer, Richard, and then you did Pacelli and Brookstone boys and girls soccer. How was that?
Oh, man.
Man, especially for the girl. That's a rematch of the state championship. And then Brookstone boys beat Calvary last week. This could also be a potential state championship matchup.
So Pacelli girls end up beating Brookstone 6-1.
Yeah, they're dominant right now, Rich.
Mia Camp had 2 goals. Gabby Enriquez had 2 goals. They were absolutely dominant, and they are the defending champions for a reason. I think Coach Zach Cochran has got them playing on another level. And I think that Pacelli, it looks like they could end up getting that back-to-back championship. Brookstone won it 2 years ago, so this was a very special, unique rivalry, and they're gonna play again on May the 1st at Diamond Field. But this was a close contest the previous matches. The championship is 2-1. I was shocked that it was 6-1, and then you turn around, and then the Brookstone team. What a job that Coach Surraw has done. Ethan Surraw is the coach of Brookstone. They only won 4 games last year. He's improved their win total to 5.
Yep.
And EJ Surraw.
And the big win last week over Calvary, top 5 in the country.
That and in penalty kicks, they beat the number 1 team in the GIAA. They had a lot of confidence going into this game. This was a back and forth game, could have gone either way. Pacelli ends up coming out on top 1-0.
Oh,
But
man,
you know,
what a game.
Brookstone is going to be a playoff team. If you don't know the name EJ Sura, he is a soccer star. He's going to play for Columbus United in the summer, but he is fantastic with the footwork, and he's definitely a striker.
Yeah.
It's a player to watch, definitely in this area.
Yeah, and we'll have Tyler Dykes and Richard earlier today recorded a segment talking all things soccer. Cannot wait to hear that here later on in tonight's show. And by the way, you didn't mention Alex Goja and Big Rich.
Oh, yeah.
That's a guy, head coach of the boys, Pacelli team.
2 out of the last 3 years.
Two-time state champion.
Oh, yeah.
Never underestimate someone that knows how to win.
Yeah, that's what I said on the broadcast. Like Rudy T said, never underestimate a heart of a champion.
And
that's what Pacelli did.
And remember, they were the 4th seed last year in the tournament, ended up winning it all and beating
Absolutely.
Stratford in that championship, if I'm not correct.
And they're probably going to go up in the rankings, too, because right now, the top of the rankings, you've got Stratford, FPD, the Kings Academy.
Yeah.
I expect Pacelli to – and Calvary. Calvary's obviously – Mount DeSales and Calvary are the 1 and 2 teams.
Yeah.
All those teams are above Pacelli. I think Pacelli's going to leapfrog them eventually.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, by the way, they play McIntosh, a 5A school that's ranked 3rd in the state of Georgia on Thursday.
Then we will be doing that game. Chris and Alston Allen will be there. Chris Gates, and we'll have Alston Allen on the call. Should be a lot of fun. That is tomorrow. Today, baseball-wise, Shaw loses to Brookstone. Brookstone gets a big win, Rich, as they continue on. We got Brookstone Cougars on 3 times this week.
Yes, we do.
At Columbus, at Russell County on Friday, and then they just hosted Shaw in between. But Shaw had the early lead, Rich, but was not able to hold on. Mont Frost was there for that one. It was a lot of fun watching it, and I love those games that start early. I know our guys do too. Brookstone ended up winning that one 13. I think the final score 13-6, and Luke Lowry was the player of the game. So Cougars keep on rolling, and a big win for them. For Russell County, remember they upset Auburn, and they've been playing really good baseball.
Right.
They got a huge win over Pike Road yesterday, 9-2. Today, though, took it off the chin, and it's okay. Auburn's a good baseball program, and they lost that one 11-0.
I do want to say something about Shaw. They played Carver yesterday in a doubleheader, so I don't know what their pitching was like, having to play a back-to-back day. But, you know, obviously they want to win those region games, but they also want to be showcased when they play these big schools like a Brookstone, like when they played Pacelli. I think Shaw's going to be fine. But I think Brookstone is peaking at the right time. The 2-time GIAA champions looks like they could challenge FPD for that 3rd consecutive state title.
Yeah, I am 100% with you on that, Big Rich. All right, so what we are going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back from break, I'm going to sit down with Muskogee County Citywide Athletic Director, my good friend Kendall Mills, coming up next on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with 3rd row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Welcome back, everyone, here, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And there he is, the man with the plan. He lives at every field and gymnasium in Muskogee County, Kendall Mill Citywide ID. How are you, brother?
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Yeah, man. I know it's been busy.
Yeah.
I know y'all are counting down the days. What do we got? 2 more till spring break.
Two more
First things
days.
first, let's start with that. You got any big plans, or is it just you and Miss Linda are going to be hanging out at the house? What's going on for spring break for the Mills?
Detached from reality. Going to the Dominican Republic.
All right.
Taking a cruise.
Nice.
7-day cruise. We'll be
Y'all like the cruises now.
we'll
Y'all
be
got
out of
into
here
that.
Saturday morning
Okay.
on a boat.
Dawn.
Just gone.
Nice. Love it, man.
Don't know where I'm going. Don't even know the directions. Just a bunch of water, and we just get away from it all.
Do you think it's a good time to like reset, recharge?
Yeah.
Because you know these last month and a half, it's going to be
pushing.
brutal, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We got, for high schools, of course, all the spring sports will be finishing up.
No doubt.
Regional play, things of that nature. And then
Right.
for the middle schools, we're going to have our track season, which is going to be a harder way. We discussed that last time we're on. But
Yeah.
we're prepared for it, man. But me and you joked about it. I mean, it's a month and a half left in the
Yeah.
year.
Cannot believe that, dude.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the year one. Now let's talk about that. We haven't done our sit down since February.
Yep.
Now that you're getting into spring season and all the different things, I mean, how do you feel like it's going now as y'all are heading into the kind of final push of the season?
I think that, athletics really has been a part of my life for so long.
Right.
But coaching and then being an AD, I'm always doing something. So it's never an idle time. When I take a break, it's just because I've decided to take a break.
Right.
But I'm always thinking of something. And, some nights, man, it's hard to sleep because you're thinking about the next plan of action, which is going to take place.
Right.
But my wife helps me relax because
Yep.
she really will. I'll just get away from it.
Right.
No laptops, no cell phones. Turn my phone off at night and just wind down. But as far as the school district and our athletic programs,
Right.
I mean, it's top of the state.
Yeah.
You're going to compete. I think I said this on the first show. It's going to come through Columbus.
No doubt.
Spring sports, baseball, soccer, we just hope our teams play as well as they did last year. And its titles will have to come through Columbus, Georgia.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
It's been a heck of a year. Carver
Yeah.
winning a state championship, flag football having a great showing, basketball obviously with Hardaway,
Yep.
Carver. I mean, it's been a very successful year, but are there things that you kind of say, all right, now that I've I guess you haven't had really a chance to reflect. Are you going to do that afterwards, or are
yeah.
you trying to go through that process now for next year too?
I have notes that I've taken for every season. The coaching meetings will be different next year.
No
'Cause
doubt.
I know exactly what I want to see from a district level as well as myself personally. Just want to see the professionalism
Right.
of all our younger coaches step up a little bit and hope they'll hear it from me. So just sharing my experience and my knowledge and just saying, hey, I'm not asking you to wear a suit or a tie, but we're going to be professionals and want people to respect you when they see you all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And how you
yeah.
carry yourself matters too.
Yeah,
Kendall.
yeah.
Now, I do got to ask too, with the reclassification, with the moving of regions, that's a big thing that's happening next year, man. And it's been a while since we had to do that. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So what's that process looking like with the schools and stuff like that for next year? Because it's going to be a whole different ballgame, man.
Let me tell you, you just got to go to the school board and ask for more money and transportation because
It's going to happen.
we're going to be all over the place. We're in 3 different regions. You got Northside in 6A. You got 3 schools in 4A. You got 4 in 3A. I mean, we're going to be all over. Sometimes that can be detrimental to the student athlete because we're looking at them as athletes, but the student part does come first.
They're going to be getting home very late at night.
They're
for
going to be
games.
missing, and unfortunately, you're missing the same classes.
Right.
Like you're not missing English and math. If math is that last class, you're missing math
Every single time.
10 to 12 times in a semester.
Right.
Depending on what the games are and things of that nature. So I hate that. So it puts a little more pressure on the student athlete to make sure they're taking care of those things. And almost developing a partnership with the teachers to let them know ahead of time.
Right.
Here's my schedule.
Right.
And those are the things I'm gonna talk to the coaches about. Make sure your athletes are communicating to those teachers. Say, here's my schedule, almost like a college.
Right.
When I got my college schedule, first thing I did was go to my professors and say, hey, here's the schedule. I'll be traveling on these days, so
Right.
I need my assignments early. I need to be able to do this. So we're gonna hold them accountable and be responsible and take care of their academics before they're on the road.
Now let's talk about what's going on right now. You just had your track and field event at Hardaway. How did that go last Friday? And for foreseeable future, because of the renovations happening, that's where the entire track and field season is going to be, because Cadet will not be ready but for this spring season.
Right,
Okay.
right. So track and field, high schools, that was their one meet that they had in the city.
Okay.
Majority of them are finding meets otherwise, and they would have anyway.
Right.
But we'll have our region championships in April.
Back
2
at
days.
Hardaway.
Yes. Field events will take place on Friday at Spencer.
Okay.
Because they're equipped to hold all the field events, and they have more traffic, more parking openings than Hardaway does.
Right.
And
that's
then
a big thing, Hardaway being right there in the neighborhood. It's really hard to find places to park.
So we'll do field events on Friday, April 24th at Spencer.
Okay.
Start at 12 noon, but I'll advertise that. We'll plug it a lot. We've got a month or so for that. And then we'll do all our running that Saturday at Hardaway, starting at maybe around 10 or so in the morning, because we do but the middle school is going to have 3 meets at Hardaway on Fridays that'll start April 17th once we get back from spring break. And looking forward to it. Actually, our coaches meeting today, and we explained the procedures.
Nice.
The high school meet was really a trial run to gauge what we need to tweak and be ready for that. So just got really good positive feedback from the people I needed to get feedback from.
Awesome.
And we're prepared for it. We'll be good to go.
Tomorrow we have the middle school soccer championship. Kind of explain who's playing in that and where the games are going to be for that, Coach.
March Madness, people. March Madness. It even affects middle school soccer. It will be at Otis Spencer tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Aaron Cone girls, which are the 1 seed, they advance and will play the 2 seed, Richards. That's going to be a good game.
Right.
And then the boys' game will follow 15 minutes or so after the girls. So maybe around 7:30 after we do trophy presentations. That's going to be Richards boys, who are the 3 seed versus the 2 seed Arnold. 2 good games, man.
I can't wait.
And the thing with middle school, we talk about it a lot. I mean, the parents, the spectators, they're coming. They're coming to support their kids. And just all of you out there in the community, if you're not at a high school soccer game, come out to Otis Spencer Stadium and check out the middle school soccer championships.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Again, that is tomorrow,
absolutely.
Otis Spencer Middle School Championships. I can't wait to see how the outcome's going to be. And knowing middle school, we were just talking with Larry Knox, especially in Muskogee County.
They're coming.
They come, and you know you're going to show up and show out. No doubt about it. Anything else happen middle school-wise, or any other news and notes? I know we talked about the renovations with Shaw. How excited are you about those renovations happening at Connect? Is there anything you want to share with the community about how that's going?
Well, just think with the renovations, I mean, we're just modernizing this place. You know, we want, the things that need to be repaired, but we're able to throw in a new concession stand and bathrooms on that visitor side to almost match the home side stand. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of concrete out there, so it's going to have that Otis Spencer feel to it.
What about the parking lot? Is there anything happening with that, or you like the
No,
grass
not yet. We're trying to figure it out because we got some other things planned, so we're trying to hold off on this, hold off on that, and leave some space there for maybe some tennis courts or a pickleball court one day.
No doubt,
so
no doubt.
We're just going to see what happens.
Okay. There's a lot of space there and a lot of opportunity, too.
Absolutely.
And as a guy that, when you talk about construction and stuff, that you get hand in hand with Jeff. How's that relationship been? And how's Jeff
great.
Battles?
It's great.
I literally just talked to him the other day. You had Rothschild. They broke ground there at the ceremony. Hate that we missed that, but we did talk about it. But how's Jeff Battles been, and how's y'all's relationship been with him being in that office right next to yours, man?
Still a colleague. We work hand in hand. We talk every single day. If I have a question, I can't knock on a wall, but I can just buzz his phone and say, hey, you busy? I need to come see you. You come see me. And Lori Skibby, my assistant, I mean, we work great together. And I think the fact that we had a friendship, a relationship, a partnership building up to this has made the transition very easy. So it's never a stressful day, because if I have any questions, I can go right to my predecessor and get the answers I need.
All right, Kendall, finally, let's talk March Madness a little bit. Who do you have winning all? Has your bracket been busted? I mean, tell me about it. What do you got? Because this is your favorite time of year.
I'm a junkie.
Come on, you love watching college basketball. Knowing you were probably at a stadium overseeing a soccer game while your phone's got March Madness
Looking
on.
at the brackets all the time. And I did 4 brackets. I'm an SEC guy. I actually picked Arkansas to win.
Okay, there's a cup.
And 3 of the 4 brackets.
Okay.
And then I did a bracket actually this week with a friend of mine. We actually Mr. Campbell.
Okay.
Stephen Campbell.
I love Stephen. Shout
our
out.
manager at Otis Spencer.
Yeah.
Because once the brackets are busted in the first round,
Yeah.
you got to regroup.
Yeah.
So we did a Sweet 16 bracket.
I love that.
Okay. And I picked Arizona in one bracket and Arkansas in another.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's the best time of the year.
It is, man.
I wish the NBA just would shut down.
Let March Madness
and
have
let
its
March
time.
Madness happen. But it's great, man. I love it. Thursday through Sunday, Thursday through Tuesday, you can watch basketball, men and women. So.
Yeah.
And I was a participant of it. So when I was at Auburn, I was able to experience those things. So
I know it was
it's
awesome back in the day.
unbelievable.
No doubt, man. And then having guys locally from this area, Travis Deuce Harper playing
That's right.
Tennessee State,
Yeah.
Nolan Smith got to play in a big-time game.
Yeah.
Jalen Sellers over from Spencer.
Yeah.
He was there to
At
play
Providence.
come on out.
Yeah.
Providence,
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy can ball too. It's awesome. We get to see that.
And did you see that Rick Pitino said this guy's going to be a 10-year pro in the NBA about Jalen Sellers?
And he was from this area.
That's right.
Think about that.
10-year vet.
And you had a coach against him.
I coached against him.
You knew he was special then.
Took a beating. I knew he was good, and then he went to college and came back after he got on the weights and a nutrition plan and looked like a grown man.
Right.
Yeah, love
And
him.
think about him and Deuce actually went back and forth against each other back in 2021. I was at that game. I wish I would have streamed it.
Right.
I had my mask on, and it was one of the most unbelievable games I've ever seen. Now both those guys are playing at the next level.
That's right.
And
That's
I
right.
think Deuce probably could play definitely overseas, but you never know. Maybe a
That's
G
right.
League or two.
We'll see what happens. That's right.
Kendall, thank
That's
you so
right.
much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
you
brother.
so
Thank you
much.
what you do.
Yep.
Office hours. How can everybody tune in? We were just talking about it. We're trying to plan a live.
We're going to cook up something.
We're going to cook up something. I'm telling you it's happening. But how are the guys going? Because this is you, Danielle, which is her first year.
Yep.
Joe Kegler, Anson Hanley's first year. Your
yeah.
first year at Citywide AD.
Yeah,
How do
yeah.
y'all feel like the group's going together?
You know, it's great when we're on schedule because we're able to get together. And then sometimes with these spring sports
It's
or
hard,
whatever,
isn't
it's difficult. So if we miss a week, we apologize for that, but we try to get the material and get together as much as possible. And we love doing it. I mean, it's 2 years strong now, so we keep it going.
Yeah, as long as I'm here in Georgia, Alabama Sports Live and he's there, Kendall Mills is going to have office hours. So thank you so much,
There you
brother.
go.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you,
it.
man.
Thank you so much.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got more here live from Houlihan's Georgia, Alabama Sports Live show.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today.
I'm bringing my other half.
I'm bringing the pep talk. Come on! I'm clearing my head.
And I'm clearing 300.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Join in club or online today. Deal ends soon. See club for details.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back into the Georgia-Alabama Sports Live show. I am Ricky Rogers, stepping into Thrift Behringer's seat, and I am joined, well, first, let me just say, I've been joined by Miss Kim Knox, who is the better half to Russell County Athletic Director Larry Knox. Welcome to Georgia-Alabama Sports Live show, Coach Knox.
Thank you, I appreciate it, and that is a true statement. She is definitely my better half, my supporter, and keeps me focused and grounded and make sure that, things are moving forward.
Which is of uber importance for a coach, right? And even after you move on to an athletic director, they've got to even be even more understanding once you make that jump than they were when you were a coach, because there's no off season.
Yeah, when we were talking to her earlier, she made the comment, I saw you more when you were a coach than an athletic director. And it is more, but she and I both embrace this opportunity, and we're both enjoying what's going on at Russell County.
And what a ride it's been, right?
Yes, sir.
Your teams this year, from the start of the athletic season, which is with football and softball. No, not softball in Russell County. It's football in Russell County. With the start of football all the way through currently with baseball, what a ride it's been for Russell County Athletics, right?
Yeah, it's definitely been one of our best years athletically for Russell County High School. Not only just the high school, but the community. Our community has been, very supportive of Russell County athletics year in, year out. And I'm gonna tell you, with the way our teams are performing this year, the community outreach has just gone out the roof. You come to our games, lots of people are there. The support is there. If we don't post on the social media about a game, it's a text message. How did this team go? So everybody's dialed in for Russell County right now, and our student athletes and coaches have done a great effort in moving things forward.
Right, and so as our partnership with Georgia-Alabama Sports Live in Russell County goes deep. We stream their games all year round. I have been blessed to be one of the ones that is picked to go out to do Russell County games. It's a little bit of a drive, but when you get there, the facilities are first class. There is no need for a broadcaster to show up to any Russell County game. That could be football, soccer, baseball, softball. They've got us taken care of. Great press boxes, internet connection is perfect, and that's all part of planning for facilities. And I know that Russell County is getting ready to open kind of the showpiece, the show pony of the entire athletics complex. Talk to us about the multipurpose center and what we can expect when the doors open here soon.
Well, we are on the edge of opening up a brand new Russell County Warriors multiplex. This building touches every athletic team that we have. Inside the building is a cheer room. So now, instead of half of their mats in the cafeteria, putting tables out of the way, rolling your mats up and down, putting the tables back every day, their mats will be down the whole time. They can just walk in, stretch, and start practicing. Same for our wrestling program. They have their own wrestling room in this new building. So Coach Chamberlain told me the other day, he said, I feel like it's going to save us a little over an hour every day on practice time. So our kids are going to get home earlier. He said, we'll be able to do more with them because we won't roll mats up and down every day. We've got a gym big enough for 2 teams to practice at one time. Mm-hmm. Right now we only have 1 gym for 5 basketball teams, 3 wrestling programs, volleyball, cheer. It's just, it's a scheduling nightmare. But the new building will allow 3 basketball teams to practice at one time. So the beauty of that is we can practice during our 4th block. Alabama High School allows that. And so our JV and 9th grade kids can go home on the bus when school's out. So their parents won't even have to come get them for practice. So that's really going to benefit our parents. The building has 2 meeting rooms, so it can be one big room divided into 2. So we have team meetings, we can watch videos, huddle, and do all the film work that we need to do. It's got a brand new weight room, so that gives us 2 now. So now all of our teams will get adequate weightlifting. Right now, some teams on certain days may not get in the weight room. That eliminates that. Got a brand new training room for all athletes. We have a nutrition room that we'll keep stocked with protein bars, shakes, and things of that nature for our athletes of all programs. It's got a plunge pool. So for ice baths, it'll be set at 45 degrees. 8 kids at a time can get in. And so we're not looking for ice anymore to make water cold. That's just going to. And that's for every sport. Not just football, not just basketball. It's for every sport. And then we have an all-new football operations. They're currently in 3 different locker rooms inside the school. So the new one has 99 lockers, showers, equipment room, coaches' offices, coaches' locker room. So it's just going to put all them together so it's better supervision. You don't have to worry about covering 3 rooms, which at times that can get difficult, especially if you're having to talk to a parent about something. You get a phone call. Now it's going to make all that just easier for our football program. This building is truly going to change the dynamics of Russell County athletics for the simple reason that it's going to change our practices. It's going to make them better. And if you're going to get better for game day, it's got to be at practice. Mm-hmm. And this is really going to boost our practices going forward.
So before the years as athletic director, you obviously cut your teeth in coaching. Actually, you cut your teeth in the business world through TSYS, Global Payments as the director of operations. But you moved into athletics and coaching. And Coach Larry Knox at Central, as a 9th grade coach, has an all-time record of 62-1. 62-1, guys. That's hard to do on any level of football. And then when you take into factors for the 1 loss, it wasn't that bad by a few points. Coach Knox could be easily 63-0. Talk about that jump from being a coach for 1 season for football. Of course, football coaches work all year round. You've got off-season training programs. But as far as games and practices for games, you're really working, 4 or 5 months of the year. Talk about that jump from coaching into athletic director, and now being responsible for all the girls' sports, all the boys' sports, scheduling, budgets, working with the administration of the school, working with, in Coach Knox's case, working with Dr. Coley, the superintendent. Talk to us about how you evolved from coach into athletic director, and then, your working relationship with Dr. Coley and the rest of the Russell County team.
Well, when I was at the previous school, I was the 9th grade head coach and the director of baseball operations. So the director of baseball operations is sort of like an assistant athletic director, in charge of scheduling, budget, ordering equipment, all of that type stuff, planning trips. So that helped me get ready for becoming an AD. When my son was growing up through all the Phoenix City youth sports, I was on the board of every program he ever participated in, either as a board member or the president. So those opportunities helped me get ready for an athletic director. But the biggest thing that helped me get ready was my 18 years at Total Systems, is the business side. Because being an athletic director is about you're not coaching the X's and O's and, who's first, third, bunt situation. You're worried about the business side. You're worried about the finances. Do we have the right equipment? Can we afford this? Can we afford that? How do we budget for things? So it's, you know, my thesis experience on the business world has really been beneficial for me being an athletic director. At Russell County, being the athletic director, I mean, you know, I just got that phone call one day from somebody outside the school, this job's open, you should apply. After speaking with Kim about it, a week later we applied, and, you know, who knew that I would get it? But I did get it. I truly enjoy what I do today. Our administration team is fabulous at the middle school, at the high school. Dr. Parker and Mr. Daniel both do a great job of supporting athletics. And, you know, Dr. Coley is just, she's just good at everything she does. She made a decision, her and the school board, 5 years ago, to invest in athletics.
And invest they have.
New at the stadium, new turf, jumbotron, LED lights, new baseball, softball complex, remodeled the high school gym, remodeled the middle school gym. So 5 years ago, our school board and Dr. Coley, under her leadership, made the decision that we need to invest in athletics. And we are now seeing the benefits of that, you know, and not just in a one sport. I mean, we've held 2 middle school track events. We've never done that at Russell County. This April 4th, we're holding our first ever high school track event. We've never done that at Russell County. We didn't have the facilities to do that at Russell County. Now we do. Our coaches are excited about it. Our parents are excited that they get to come to our place and watch their kids instead of traveling. And they didn't just stop 5 years ago with the new facilities, upgrades. I mean, they've continued. They've been able to balance academics and athletics. You know, a lot of people, when you start spending money on athletics, people in the community, you know, well, where'd you get that money from? Where'd you get that? You know, the two go hand in hand. You got to have athletics for academics to get better. You got to have academics for your athletics to get better, because nobody wants to send their kid to an athletic school that the academics isn't valuable.
Right.
And if you look at our graduation rate the last 3 years, it's been 95+%. I think last year was 98%. We're on track for that this year. So it's not just an athletic mindset, it's a whole school mindset. You know, a couple years ago, we made a valid effort to get involved in our youth sports programs. The youth football, Russell County Youth Football League, they use all of our high school property for practice and then our stadium for games. They started a Russell County Youth basketball program. So they use Oliver Elementary and Mount Olive. The new building that we talked about a second ago was built in mind with the youth league. We have in the corner of the building closest to the high school an outside entrance to the boys and girls restroom, so that while they're there practicing, they now have somewhere that their kids can go to the restroom. Our basketball goals in the new gym, by push of a button, will go all the way down to 7.5 feet.
So you don't have to crank it?
I don't know, like the high school from 1989, the crank system. No, everything. We took advantage of technology. You know, we're 25 years into the 21st century. So we took advantage of the technology, and I mean, we want the goals to go up, you push a button.
Nice.
And they go up. No more turn a key, no more crank system. So everything we've done in the last 5 years has been about our student athletes and definitely with our community in mind, trying to give back to our young kids. And by doing that, it makes those kids in our youth football league, our youth basketball league, want to stay in Russell County and be a warrior and not look at going to another school.
And, you know, let me just say this. So with Georgia Alabama Sports Live, I started late last year in football season. So I kind of cut my teeth doing Russell County events. And some of the names of some of the student athletes at Russell County have become names that I've followed. You're not supposed to be a fan in sports media, but I think a producer, I think it's okay, right? Bryson Riggins.
Oh,
phenomenal quarterback.
Absolutely.
Moving on after this year,
Miles
going
College.
to college,
Yep.
going to Miles College.
For free.
But let's talk about my absolute favorite Russell County athlete today, Mackenzie Word.
Wow.
Let's talk about Mackenzie Word.
That's a great one.
I'm a huge football fan. I'm a huge baseball fan. Never have really been into basketball. But if you go to a Russell County game, basketball game, that first game of the night, under Coach Ricky Jones, those girls take the court. It's electric in their gym. And Mackenzie Word with the basketball, come on now.
Yeah. It's
not many
amazing.
can stop her.
It's amazing what our girls basketball program has done in the last 3 years. You know, when Coach Jones took over 3 years ago, year one, they were 5-20. Year two, they were 12-13. Year three this year, they were 23-5. 3 years ago, nobody really showed up for the girls' game. This year, if you want to see the boys play and you want your favorite seat, you better be there when the girls start.
That's right.
Because the gym filled up. So it was a beautiful sight to see every night. It's absolutely wonderful what Mackenzie Word and her teammates have done. Janiyah Word, Kamira Toney.
Janiah's a freshman.
Yeah.
She'll be back.
So Gracie Sampson, 8th grader. So
I did not know that. I thought she was a freshman.
Is she a
That's
freshman?
crazy. 4 more years.
She may be. She could be a night.
I'm not the
I don't
actual
remember-
broadcaster for the games. I'm just
I
producing.
don't remember
so
all of them, but I mean, they have bought into what Coach Jones is putting on the floor, and it has showed. And I'm gonna tell you that group right there, the girls basketball team, has brought a lot of excitement in Russell County athletics, and because of their success, it's got people looking at other sports.
Kamira Toney, star of the basketball court, she's running track and doing very well, right?
Yes. She potentially could win 3 state titles this year as a junior. So, I mean, the beauty of the basketball team, all of them are coming back next year. So nobody graduates. So it's going to be even more fun to watch them next year.
Right. And Coach Knox he doesn't focus on only football. He doesn't focus on only basketball, boys basketball, which had a phenomenal season themselves, led by Antonio Lockhart under a legendary head coach, held the 3-point record, I think,
at Auburn,
at Auburn for Lord knows how long. He's focusing on everything. Soccer. They get what they need. They come to Coach Knox and they say, we need this or this, and he makes it happen. Russell County is growing like never before. Right. And like he said, it starts in the youth programs. They are investing in the youth. So when those youth grow up knowing only, I'm a warrior.
Right.
And so come 9th grade time, they're not looking at other schools. They're not looking outside the district. They're looking only at 57 Warrior Way, right?
Right, 57 Warrior Way.
And I came tonight here from calling a baseball game. I've got to give a shout out to Coach Danny Danielson and his players. They're off to a 10-8 record. Took them almost all season last year to get to 10 wins.
Right.
They're at 10 wins before April now. And since I'm shouting out some of my favorite athletes, Connor Cox, I see you, buddy.
Yeah.
You are killing it on the
He had
mound.
a great game pitching last night at Park Crossing.
First area win of the year for the Russell County baseball team.
So it was good to see.
A senior night tomorrow night for the baseball team as well.
That's right. And the thing about being the athletic director, you mentioned the equipment. That's one of my jobs, is to make sure that all of our teams have adequate equipment to have a truly good practice. You go buy 30 soccer balls and they get kicked every day for 4 months. They wear out. So we got to figure out how to replace those.
$6 baseballs. They get hit in the woods.
They're
$10 baseballs. They get hit in the woods.
Yeah.
You know, Coach Knox is he's building, and you're how many years in?
This is my 4th year.
4th year. 4 years in. So he's this senior class that graduates this year, these are kids that came in with Coach Knox. And he's building. He's laying a block every year on top of a foundation that he's secured. And also, I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge again Dr. Coley, the Russell County School Board, Russell County School District, that they don't tell him no when he comes. Maybe they do to some things, but they're not gonna say yes to everything. But when he comes with a need, they meet it. So Dr. Coley and the board members, thank you for investing in Russell County and giving our area a county to be proud of, right? Georgia's we've got a county in the Columbus area. We've got a county in the Phoenix City area too, with Russell County serving the SEAL community and taking athletics to the next level. And Coach Knox, you know, has been at the helm of this program, like you said, for 4 years. They're investing, they're building towards the future, and you know, athletes, take note. You don't have to go elsewhere.
Well, the beauty is, you know, our coaches have really bought in. You know, we meet, we you know, we get together in the summer. Last year we did the Clean Stones one night as a group. So our coaches, they're hungry for it too. They want to see it improvement, and you know, it only takes one school to one team to start being successful. And you know, our boys basketball program 3 years ago make it to the regionals. The next year, football makes it to round 2 of the playoffs. The next year, football makes it again to round 2 of the playoffs. Basketball boys go back to the regionals. Girls make the sub-regions for the first time in 12 years. You know, we're trying to, both soccer teams made the playoffs. We had Eric Castillo, a wrestler, 4th place at the state. Flag football won the most games they've won in school history. So it's definitely not just me. It's all of us. It's all of them working hard and making sure their kids are held accountable. The biggest joy for me is when I walk the halls and I see students wearing Russell County wardrobe, Russell County apparel.
School pride.
That was not there when I arrived 4 years ago.
Well, the logo was beautiful. How could you not, if you're a student, how could you not want to rock that interlocking RC?
Walking the halls the other day, I had a student come up to me and said, "Coach, how do I get Russell County apparel? I'm a student, I don't play sports, but I want to wear a Russell County t-shirt." So we opened up a store for our students to be able to buy. We're going to continue to do that. We get calls from the community about how do I get a Russell County pullover, hat. You know, we've incorporated the 57 logo because back when we were young, every county, they still have a number, but it was based off your car tag, size of population. We actually had to learn that when I was in school, you know. So Russell County is 57.
Not 43.
Correct.
57.
And so we embraced it. We put it on our football helmets. We made sweatshirts for the board, had those made, and oh my goodness, the phones blew up. How do I get one of those? So it's different times at Russell County. It's blessed times. We're truly blessed. The Lord has really put His hand on us and helped guide us in the right direction under Dr. Coley and our school board. And I just had installed in my office. We say it all the time at the county, it's a great day to be a warrior. So if you walk in my office now, the first thing you're going to see is in 8-inch letters, it's a great day to be a warrior. You know, so, and it truly is. And you know, I want to touch base on our partnership. That has really helped put the spotlight on Russell County, because y'all have helped us reach folks that we couldn't have reached on our own. Our TV production class, Mr. Beasley, he does
Shout out Brad
He does
Beasley.
a great job. But what y'all are doing for our students, helping them learn how to run cameras, production. I understand that one of our students works with y'all now, or the River Dragons, doing production, based off of him helping y'all at one of our football games.
Right.
So, and that's what this partnership is. It's not just about the athletics. It's about giving our students an opportunity to learn skills that they can go to college and do. They can get into the industry, the entertainment industry, and use, so that to me, what you guys have done, Thrift, Richard, you, helping us get our message out there, get our athletes out there. Because let me tell you, if we have a game and it's not on, somebody's calling and wants to know why was the game not on last night.
Keep calling.
So it is truly a great day to be a Warrior, each and every day. And I have folks that are coaches that help me, help with the social media, because I'm not a social media person. So Brad Beasley.
Miss Kim runs the social media.
No, neither one of us are social media. It's Brad Beasley. We've got his students now doing pages for athletics. Akeisha Valerie, she's our senior counselor, cheer coach. She does a lot of our graphics. She helps with athletics. She's got all these contacts with colleges. She helps us. She's helped a couple of our basketball players get recruited by meeting colleges and saying, hey, we got some kids that you should look at. So it's definitely not just me. It's all of us. And it's truly, I enjoy going to work. I do. Are there bad days? Absolutely. But it wouldn't be a job if there wasn't bad days. But I'm going to tell you, the good far outweighs the bad. And that's largely because of the support from the admin team, Dr. Coley, and the school board. Because I know, my coaches know, that we can come in and do our job, and they're going to support us in what we need. So that's huge. And not a lot of schools have that.
Right.
I get questioned a lot of times, Coach, how do y'all pay for this? How do you pay for that? I ask. The answer is always no, unless you ask.
Right.
And
it takes a harmony.
It does.
Everybody has to work together for the better of the school district, and that's with education, that's with athletics, that's with facilities and grounds. If you allow folks to throw trash on the ground,
right,
it's going to be littered up and nasty. But if you go out there and you pick up a piece of trash and you throw it in a trash can, it's going to be a beautiful campus. And, I'm kind of reminded of, a cement pad. That cement pad can be beautiful, but it's not going to get there without somebody stirring the concrete.
Funny
you got to have a mixer truck, right?
Funny you mentioned the trash on the ground. Every school year, I give the programs, every athletic program, like 2 boxes of 80 trash bags, the black 55-gallon trash bags, every program, because it's our job to keep our facility clean, not the custodials. They do help us, but what a better way to teach our student athletes how to be responsible, how to be good character, by making sure we don't just throw trash on the ground.
Right.
If we see it, we pick it up. And the coaches do a great job of that. You walk in our stadium, you don't see trash on the ground. You walk in our baseball, softball complex, they're over there every day. You don't see trash. After every basketball game, the basketball program is cleaning the bleachers.
Coach Ricky Jones up in the stands with trash bags, picking up the candy wrappers and the drink bottles.
It takes all of us, and that's part of attention to detail, that if your players see you doing that, they're going to want to do it. And then the next time you ask them to do something, I need to do that because I know he'll do it too, or she'll do it.
Well, Coach
So-
Knox, I'm just gonna say from Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we value our partnership with Russell County. Russell County is one of the pillars of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and we cannot wait to watch Warrior Athletics continue to grow and explode. I, again, as the guy that's out there producing and calling games, I love coming to Russell County, and a lot of that is thanks to you, thanks to your team out at Russell County, all the coaches, all the players, all the athletes. Where else are you going to hear a guy that's never really cared for basketball bringing up the first name, Mackenzie Word, as his favorite player here in town to watch? And I hope you're watching, Mackenzie. I love watching you play basketball, and I can't wait for next season for you guys to take the court again. But, Coach Knox, thank you for joining us tonight, live from Houlihan's in downtown Columbus. Miss Kim sitting over here waiting on Coach Knox to finish so they can finish their dinner. And thank you again for coming out, and go Warriors.
Yes, sir. Go Warriors.
Go Warriors. Be right back.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
And welcome back to the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show, as we have got a special guest. He is our soccer correspondent. Welcome to the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show, Tyler Dykes. How you doing, Tyler?
I'm doing well, Richard. How about you? I'm ready to talk about the latest soccer ranking for today.
Well, you and I called soccer games yesterday, so this is definitely fresh on our mind. We do have some movers and shakers. I actually went through the rankings and thoroughly analyzed some of these teams. The majority of these teams I've already seen play. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start with the girls' ranking. I'm going to go ahead and post it up. All right, starting at number 10. New to the rankings is Shaw, and I put them at number 10 because they're 2-0 in region play. Got a big game tonight against Columbus. Glenwood, 4-4-1. They are 1-0 in region play. Russell County, I saw. They got the win against Eufaula. Jordan, man, they are on a 4-game win streak. Jordan at 5-4. Columbus 4-5, but the record doesn't reflect the type of team Columbus is, because we know Columbus is always going to be in the mix. What's your thoughts 6 through 10 for the girls?
Yeah, 6 through 10, I think, are a great ranking. Again, you said Shaw coming in. They are 3-8 overall, but 2-0 in the region. They have had a couple of tough losses with 4 blowouts and allowed 39 of those games. But again, they're 2-0 in the region, which is what matters at this point. And the same with Glenwood and Russell County. You could put them at either. Glenwood is 1-0 in their region compared to Russell County at 0-1. And again, just great defense there for Glenwood, as they have +4 goal differential, so they're scoring more than they're allowing. Russell County, on the other hand, is at -8, so their defense maybe needs to bring the scores of the games closer a little bit. Of course, Russell County has a blowout loss against Pike Road, 11-0, but they have won 3-0 against Hardaway, 5-3 against Eufaula. Glenwood has blowouts against Beulah, home and away, so that's really good. And then Jordan and Columbus, again, I think the surprise of the season so far, even though they're only number 7, is Jordan. They're 3-0 in their region in second, scored 23, allowed 32. They have a blowout win against Kendrick, and plus or minus 5 goals the other way would increase their wins and losses. Like Jordan is really close on there, and Columbus again too. Uh, Columbus has something in common with some of the top teams in the rankings that the schools in Georgia need to watch out for, which I'll talk about after we get through the top 5. But yeah, those teams doing great. They've improved since the last rankings, and know that as the season goes on, they'll improve even more.
All right, let's look at number 5, Northside, coming in with a 9-3 record. They did lose to Harris County, but they are also in a very tough region with Stars Mill, Central Carrollton. Just talk about how Northside is able to, get into that top 5, and obviously you really have 5 strong teams as far as the rankings go. Where these rankings they're going to change week for week. They're interchangeable. What's been your impression of Northside so far? You've seen Northside already.
Yeah, I saw Northside against Harris County. That was a great game up until the last little bit where Harris County was able to sneak in 2 or 3 right at the death of the game there. But yeah, Northside is great. They're 4-2 in their region, third. And again, they have a lot. They've scored a lot this season, scoring 68 goals and only allowing 18. They've beaten 5 teams by at least 8 goals or more. Those include a 13-3 victory against Glenwood, which I believe was last night. Jonesboro 10-0, Griffin 12-0. So they just a couple of goals there would make the record. They maybe be 11-1, but there is one team that's not in our area, but teams like Harris County, Northside, Jordan, Columbus, they're all going to have to go through in the state playoffs. But Northside's doing a great job.
Yeah, and coming in at number 4, I dropped them from last week. Brookstone lost to Pacelli 6-1 yesterday at Max Strong Stadium. That was a statement win for Pacelli. I still think Brookstone is going to be good. They've got some games where they can prove it. They do take on Northside. They do take on Smith Station. They have the rematch on May the 1st against Pacelli. Your thoughts on Brookstone, the runners-up in the GIAA last year?
Yeah, Brookstone, I think, in a head-to-head versus Pacelli and Brookstone, and I believe you can flip those 2 teams any day of the week right now. But in a head-to-head battle, you have to give number 3 to Pacelli and give number 4 to Brookstone. And not saying that when they play each other again later on in the year that you could reverse that. But again, Brookstone doing well. They have a couple of blowout wins, scoring 40, allowing 15, plus 25. But again, that 6-1 loss to Pacelli kind of hurts them. They're 3-1 in the region and 3rd place in the region. But Brookstone, I've seen them play a couple times, especially at the start of the season, and they got better each game, and they still have time to improve. And they may be going back to the GIAA state championship game later this year.
Well, by the way, Pacelli jumped up in our rankings. They are 5-4-1 after a convincing 6-1 win over Brookstone. Snapping a 2-game losing streak to Stars Mill and Pike County. They take on McIntosh on Thursday. We will have that game for you at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. McIntosh is one of the top teams in 5A in the GHSA when it comes to soccer. When it comes to Pacelli, Mia Camp, he shed 2 more goals last night. Gabby Enriquez, she has been phenomenal with 2 goals. Izzy Ramos, those have really been the stars for Pacelli. Callista Williams, another one.
Yeah.
I think that what Coach Zach Cochran has built at Pacelli has been a juggernaut, and they have been playing fantastic. And we got them at 3 because of their record. They're only 5-4-1. They played a tough competition, but that I would actually put them number 1. But we got the top 2 teams that they are just playing out of their mind. So your thoughts on Pacelli at 3?
Pacelli at 3 again. I think, given the record against Brookstone, I think that's a great spot to put them in. Again, I think you can flip 3 and 4. Who knows? Next time we do this, we may have, even with that plea, we may have the Brookstone there. But yeah, Pacelli's in a good spot, 3-0 in their region. They've had great offense. Their defense has led in a good amount of goals, though. They have blown out a couple teams. Their biggest loss so far this season is 7-0 to Auburn, but their biggest win going up against another big public school in our area, Central Phoenix City, they won 10-0 over there. So I know that just bringing a little bit more, tightening that defense up, stopping the goals that they need to stop, and they can improve that winning record even more.
All right, so we had to flip-flop these teams from last week's rankings. We dropped Smith Nation to number 2. I mean, they're still having a great season, but they did have 2 losses, including to Houlihan County. But they are 11-6-1. They are led by their all-time leading goal scorer, Haley Ciccarello, who has over 100 goals in her career. I still think Smith Station, when it's all said and done, is going to be a team that's going to compete for a state championship. Remember how we do our rankings.
Yes.
The easiest path to the state championship. Sometimes it's tough competition, but Smith Station
Yes.
will be back at home against Benjamin Russell. They'll take on Auburn Central, and then they'll take on Brookstone. I cannot wait for that game, April 22nd against Brookstone at home.
Yep.
But your thoughts on Smith Station at number 2?
Yep, I think that's a great placement for them. I saw them against Prattville in an 11-1 victory a couple Fridays ago, and that team they were very cohesive, great ball movement. The players were all over the field. They would stack wherever the ball, whatever side the ball was on, whether they were in the attack or the defense. So I think number 2 is a great spot for them. And for the East Alabama schools, the teams that they got to watch out for mainly is Auburn, Smith Station, again with a 10-0 loss to them. But they did win against level against Prattville and 10-0 against Calera. So Smith Station has everything that they need to make a state run over in Alabama for their school this year.
And finally, the number 1 team, you saw them yesterday. I put them number 1 because I figured
did.
after you've seen them a couple of times, you would agree with me. Harris County, they are 9-2, and they have got some incredible goal scorers. Bailey Hetzel, Briley Wilson, Chloe Cole. I tell you, they just reload every year. I think this team can compete, even though they're in a tough region with Stars Mill and Northside. I think that head coach Michael Kinsley, who just won a flag football championship, can
He
possibly
did.
win a soccer championship for Harris County. They are just playing on another level. Tyler, I do want to see some of the games that they got coming up. Obviously, they play Dutchtown on the road, LaGrange on the road, Callaway, Shaw. So they really don't have a whole lot of games left, and this is really according to Max Preps. But your thoughts on Harris County, which their only region loss was to Stars Mill, and then they lost to Alexander. So they've played tough competition.
They have, yeah. Harris County, again, I saw them last night against Griffin. But the thing that, again, you can say this thing about Smith Station and Harris County. The thing that Harris County does well is their team cohesion, that the way that they move the ball, the way that they try to create space in their attack and trying to draw the defense forward. There were several great through balls yesterday against Griffin. But yeah, Harris County has been doing a fantastic job. Like you said, 9-2, 5-1 in the region, which I believe they're second place in their region. 3-2 at home, perfect record away so far, 6-0. They've scored 63, allowed 15, so they have a plus 48, 4 10-plus goal wins. Their biggest win being 13-0 against Jonesboro. So Harris County is doing fantastic. But one thing I do want to shout out about uh, the girls' soccer, especially in West Georgia, is they've got to go through Stars Mill. I went through my list looking at the top 10, and 3 of the teams we cover, Harris County, Northside, and Columbus, their biggest loss has been to Stars Mill. Stars Mill beat Columbus 9-1, Northside 6-0, Harris County 6-0. So if these teams want to compete at state level, they have to go through Stars Mill. And again, Harris County will play them again on the road, I believe. So we'll see what happens there. But these teams are doing a fantastic job, and I believe our rankings are really good at showing like where these teams are so far, about halfway through the season.
Yeah, no question about it, Tyler. Now let's go to the boys' ranking, starting with Glenwood at number 10. They have not played a whole lot of games. Their next home game is going to be April 2nd against Alabama Christian Academy. Northside, you've seen them against the Harris County boys, 5-6 record. Spencer only played 4 games, but you know when you have a Shaw team that's 0-8, you have a Carver team that's 0-5. You're trying to Slim Pickett's trying to get to see if there's anybody that could maybe jump in our rankings. I'm okay with Spencer there at number 8 at 2-2. Russell County, I saw they played on one of the top teams in Alabama at the 5A classification. As Eufaula ends up beating them, but Russell County, I still think they're pretty impressive. Smith Station, what's your thoughts on 6 through 10 so far for the boys ranking?
Yeah, I love our 6 through 10. Again, Glenwood struggling a little bit, even though they're goal differential. I mentioned that a lot because that's what I use. You could look at that and see where a team may be. Maybe if they have a low scoring for themselves, you may need to worry about their attack. If they have a high defense, they need to have or if they have a lot of goals allowed, they need to work on their defense. For Glenwood, they've scored 41, allowed 38, but two of those 27 of those goals that they scored have been against Beulah. So their record shows the record shows 3-7, two of those against Beulah. But yeah, they've been struggling with their play. Hopefully they improve. And then up the rest of the rankings, I mean, Northside, I saw them against Harris County. They did a great job. Struggled scoring an open play, but they had two great penalties and they actually had a free kick goal disallowed against Harris County. They just need to, again, just find their attack and get their back four, back five to stop the play, and they'll be doing good there. Spencer and Russell County, I saw Spencer in their opener against Brookstone. I think they did a great job there. That's their biggest loss so far, but they did have a 4-1 against Sumter County. And Smith Station and Russell County doing great over in East Alabama. Russell County has scored 9, allowed 20, but their biggest win is Hardaway, which a lot of these schools over here face Hardaway, and they got big wins for. And Smith Station, again, 2-1 in their region. They've scored a lot. They scored 49, but they've had a couple of 5-0, 6-0, 7-0 losses. So I think those 5 teams are still great. They're in our top 10, and there's always room for improvement for all the teams in these rankings.
All right, let's go to the top 5. Starting at number 5, the Jordan Red Jackets, 10-2-1. Jose Tellis has been a beast. He has had 12 goals on the season. One game that I am circling, April the 9th, Jordan in Columbus. That is going to be an epic battle with 2 top 5 teams in our rankings. What's your thoughts on the Jordan Red Jackets? Impressive record. They're undefeated in region play.
For a school in the area that's not really considered a soccer school, 10-2-1, I mean, is an amazing record for them. They've scored 74 goals, which is a lot. 4 of those in blowouts. So in their blowout wins, again, I'm counting that as like 7-0, 8-0 up. They've scored 38. Their biggest wins were 10-0 each against Hardaway and Kendrick. They went 9-0 versus the Rock Academy and 9-1 versus Russell County. And yeah, Jordan is just doing a great job. I think they're punching above their weight so far, and they have a chance of making a good run in state later this year.
No question about it. Coming in at number 4, we dropped him, especially after losing to Pacelli last night at home. But it was 1-0. Very competitive game. But the player to watch out for is EJ Surratt. He is fantastic. I think that Pacelli knew their assignment. They knew they had to guard EJ.
Yeah,
but I thought that
EJ,
Brookstone, they only won 4 games last year, didn't make the playoffs. They are the most improved soccer team, and Coach Surratt, Ethan Surratt is their coach, has done a fantastic job improving them. And in the GIAA rankings, it looks like they're going to make the playoffs. And having that walk-off win against Calvary, they get a lot of brownie points for that, winning that game in penalty kicks. We had to put Pacelli above Brookstone because of the head-to-head.
Yeah. Again, just like in the girls' ranking, the boys' rankings for Pacelli and Brookstone can be back and forth depending on the result of the day. But yeah, Brookstone, I saw them a couple of times at the start. They did a great job in those matches. Again, EJ Surratt, the Surratts do great jobs for Brookstone. Brookstone is 1-2 in their region, though they are 3rd. They've scored a lot, though. Scored 32. One of those is a blowout win against Hardaway. And Spencer, their biggest loss, again, 3-1 Calvary, their first matchup of the season, which I was over at Brookstone covering. But yeah, Brookstone doing a great job. They have the pace, they find the playmakers, and they score the goals that they need to. And yeah, Brookstone and Pacelli, again, you can talk about Pacelli in just a second, but Brookstone and those 2 schools are GIAA powerhouses right now in soccer. So it's exciting. It's exciting to see them match up whenever you can. Like you said, 1-0 last night. That must have been a very tight game, very competitive game, a lot of great defense back and forth. So, again, those 2 schools, you can't really separate them.
Yeah, it really was. And Pacelli on a 3-game win streak. They are the defending GIAA champions, beating Brookstone 1-0 last night on the road. And they have got a massive game coming up against McIntosh. We're going to have that game for you on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. McIntosh is 13-1, 7-0 in their region, and they are, get this, Tyler, ranked 3rd in 5A in the GHSA. So this Pacelli boys team is going to be tested, but we're going to be carrying this game. Dimel Field, Georgia Alabama Sports Live on Thursday. They are led by their senior Connor Whiteman, who averages a little over a goal a game, and then they just have a great play from Bridger Arsenault, who's only a sophomore. I think that Coach Alex Goja has done a great job just building a culture. They have won 2 out of the last 3 GIAA championships. They were the runners-up 2 years ago. I like where Pacelli's at, but the number 1 and number 2 teams are really playing on another level. Would you agree, Tyler?
They are. I would absolutely agree. Yes, they are.
All right, so number 2, Columbus. Look, they won a state championship a couple years ago. Coach Casper always has Columbus in the mix. I think that they're going to be one of the favorites in 2A, but still, that game against Jordan is going to linger. That was a makeup game that was supposed to be played a couple weeks ago, but I think that Columbus, despite an 8-2 record, they play Shaw today. I mean, obviously on paper, this would have been a great matchup last year. Shaw's 0-8. I mean, Shaw actually got to the championship last year. Columbus got to the quarterfinals. We were there when they lost to Coahulla Creek, but their losses are to Calvary and McIntosh. So Columbus still, they beat Stars Mill. I mean, I don't know how good the Stars Mill boys are. They're only 3-8, but Columbus, have had a great season. They've beaten Northside. They've beaten LaGrange. They've had some good wins. I think they're going to be tested when they take on Carrollton, which is a 6A school, and they'll be taking on Jordan. So I got Columbus at 2, and what do you think about that? And then you can't really argue about a team that's nationally ranked. That's why even though Calvary lost 2 straight, I still have them number 1. Would you agree not to drop Calvary? They were 8-0. They lost to Brookstone and LaGrange. But because they were nationally ranked in the top team in the GIAA, would you agree that they should stay at number 1?
Oh, no, I agree that they should stay at number 1, and I think their field of work proves it. I mean, they've scored 35 and allowed 9, so they have great offense and an even better defense. And again, just finding those matches where they just give up a goal and they can't find the back of the net, that really hurts teams at this level. And again, they had biggest wins against Lafayette Christian at 9-0. And they did have, again, a 2 loss versus Brookstone and LaGrange, as you mentioned. But yeah, Calvary, and even being nationally ranked, I mean, you got to put them at number 1 with how great that they are. And I saw them Brookstone Calvary first game, and yeah, Calvary did a great job against Brookstone and Columbus. Like you said, big matchup against Jordan. They have scored 44 and allowed 10, so again, scoring a lot. Blowout win against Hardaway, but as you mentioned, I was noticing that on the boys' side as well. McIntosh is going to be, for the schools in our coverage area, McIntosh is going to be a force to be reckoned with as we get closer and closer to state playoffs. But yeah, I believe you had to put Calvary at number 1 and Columbus at number 2. But I would love to see those 2 teams battle it out in boys soccer and see who would come out on top, because I think it'd be a great matchup. But no, our top 10, I think the teams are where they need to be, but these teams can move up and down these top 10 based on their performance, but I love where our top 10 is at so far.
I absolutely agree, Tyler. The more soccer games that we call, the more better understanding we have of these teams, and we might see some more movement in the rankings next week.
Yep, exactly.
Well, thanks again, Tyler. That's Tyler Dykes, our soccer correspondent. As we're going to go ahead and take a break, when we come back, we got the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show live from Houlihan's Bar and Grill in downtown Columbus. Back after this.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today.
I'm bringing my other half.
I'm bringing the pep talk. Come on!
I'm clearing my head.
And I'm clearing 300.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Join in club or online today. Deal ends soon. See club for details.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Enjoy huge savings on our complete lineup of GMC Sierras and GMC Terrains. Full-size and powerful GMC Sierra at $13,500 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Drive away in the stylish GMC Terrain as low as $395 a month. People from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. It's been a long show, but a fun show here at Houlihan. Thank you again to Ricky Rogers, Larry Knox. Also thank you to Kendall Mills, Big Rich there, and Tyler. And before we get out of here, we're going to run to Houlihan's Highlight of the Week winner. Let's see it.
And roped out to right field. That's going to drop fair.
That's a fair ball.
And running towards the corner is Trip Ellison going to second base. He's going to go for
He's
three.
got
as he
wheels.
bobbled it out in
Here
right
we
field.
go. He's caught himself a triple.
And he's going to slide in head first. No throw as it was cut off in the middle of the field. And a leadoff triple for Trip Ellison.
Congratulations to the Houlihan's Highlight of the Week winner this week, and congratulations to them. Remember, you can go vote on our Instagram and our Facebook page. Rich, what a day and what a time. As tomorrow we have several games going on. What do we got coming up the rest of this week? So let's talk about tomorrow. CVCC, baseball and softball. Both got games. Then Strong Rock Calvary doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock. We got McIntosh and Pacelli boys and girls soccer, and then we got Central Harris County baseball going on tomorrow as well. So a busy day here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Looking forward to that. On Friday, we got Brookstone at Russell County and Stars Mill at Northside. Looking forward to broadcasting those games.
Yeah, it's going to be just an exciting week of great sporting events, great soccer matches where we have 2 top teams that are ranked in the state, and we got some baseball matches that are crucial region games. I'm really looking forward to that Stars Mill Northside game. Those are the 2 top teams in 4A. And then, of course, a game that was added late, Brookstone, Russell County. Looking forward to that game as well. So, yeah, busy week here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun seeing those games. And make sure to tune in, as always. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you to Valley Hospitality and Houlihan's. And we'll see you next time on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.